You know those times when you're so stressed that you can't think clearly, you have zero patience, you just want everybody to go away, and if the floor were to open up and swallow you whole, you would let it because you are just done. Well, we've all been there, and if we use a scale of 0 to 10, we would describe that as a 10. 10 being like very stressed out, and 0 would obviously be no stress at all. Well, in that moment when you're a 10, deep breathing is not going to work. In fact, it would be completely annoying to even consider taking a deep breath at that moment. When you're at a 10, you actually need a completely different tool. So, what I want to talk to you about today in this video is why deep breathing doesn't work and how can you prevent yourself from getting all the way up to a 10? Can we stay closer to a 0? Now, if you find that you're often close to a 10, message me or comment below, and I'd love to have a conversation with you about how we could get you feeling better. So, here's why deep breathing doesn't work. I consider deep breathing a proactive, preventative tool. So, when you're at a 0, maybe up to a 5, that's the perfect time to, on purpose, take some deep breaths to bring you back down as close to a 0 as possible or to reset. So, when you'd want to use deep breathing would be first thing in the morning, like I described in my last video. If you take some time to purposefully just sit and breathe, it'll help you stay closer to that 0 for a longer period of time as you go through your day. As you go through your day, if you start to notice subtle signs of stress and you start to notice that the stress is creeping up on you, that's when you want to stop and take some deep breaths to bring it back down to a 0. So, when we talk about these subtle signs of stress, you have to start becoming aware of what your signs are. For me, subtle signs of stress, I start to get tightness in my head right behind my eyeballs or near my temples. And when I feel that coming on, I know that in that moment, this is my opportunity to catch it. Otherwise, I could just go right up to a 10. Now, for you, you might feel tightness in your throat. You might feel it in your jaw. You might feel it in a different place in your head. You might feel it in your chest, in your stomach. You might notice that you're clenching either a fist. Sometimes I hold my stomach and you clench your stomach. So you'll notice it somewhere in your body. You also might start feeling a little bit more irritated. You might have less patience. So just start to notice what kind of ramps up your stress as you go through your day. So I'm going to take you through a process, and this is something that you can do when you first wake up in the morning. You could do it every hour on the hour. You could do it if you're teaching, do it at the start of each class. In fact, have your students do it with you. You know, it's hard to remember to do this. I've always tried to do this with my students, and sometimes, of course, it goes right out the window. You get started with your lessons, and you don't have time. But if you make it a point to do this, you'll notice that you'll feel better longer through your day. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to do a body scan, we're going to do some deep breaths, and then we're going to do another body scan. So I'm going to walk you through it right now. So you can be standing, you could be seated, it doesn't even matter. You could be in the middle of a meeting and you can do this. You can do it with your eyes open, but just for practice sake, let's do it with our eyes closed. So just find a comfortable position and close your eyes and just do a body scan where you start at the top of your head and you just notice how different body parts feel. Do you notice any sensations? Do you notice any tightness? And you'll just scan all the way down until you get to your feet. And you might notice that there are some areas of your body that are tight. Like I said, you might notice some tingling, and you're just noticing. You're not judging, you're just noticing. And then we'll take some deep breaths. So let's take some deep breaths together. You can put your hands on your belly, and we're going to inhale and let the belly expand. And exhale, belly button to spine. Inhale again. And exhale. You'll notice that my shoulders are not moving. Inhale. And exhale. When you think you've finished exhaling, exhale a little bit more. You'll notice there's more left. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale. And then just let your breathing come back to normal. And then we're going to do one more body scan. Start at the top, go all the way down to your feet. And again, just take note. Do you notice any sensation, any tightness? Go ahead and do that now. And what you'll notice is hopefully you feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more grounded, a little bit more clear-minded. And if you noticed that there was an area of your body that felt different after the breathing, then that's going to be the area that you want to pay attention to throughout the day, because that's probably where your subtle sign starts, your subtle sign of stress. So if that area of your body starts to act up on you, that's when you definitely want to pause and go through this process during the day. So by using your breath as a proactive preventative tool, you're keeping yourself closer to 0 on that stressed out scale of 0 to 10. And this works best if you don't go really past 5, I would say. And it's like an opportunity for you to reset and kind of start fresh. So give that a try. Maybe you want to set an alarm on your phone. Maybe you want to write a sticky note and put it on your desk. Maybe you want to try it every hour on the hour. I'm hoping that there's a teacher out there who's willing to try it at the start of each of their classes. So again, if you find yourself consistently feeling stressed out, like close to a 10, please let me know, because I love working with people who are just looking for relief from negative emotions. And there's no reason why you should live in that upper range, like that 7 to 10 range. You should not live there. There's no badge of honor for kind of just dealing with your stress and, forging forward, even though you're completely stressed out. So give yourself permission to take care of yourself, because that is the most important thing. All right, take care for now.